Look at this chart tracking social media followings. The flat lines at the bottom represent the stagnant digital growth of traditional Indian political parties. That massive spike, that's an Instagram meme page called the Cockroach Janta Party. In a matter of days, they amassed over 13 million followers, presenting themselves as a massive youth revolution ready to clean up the country. The spark for this explosion came on May 15th, straight from the highest court in the country. During a hearing, the Chief Justice of India made a comment characterizing certain unemployed youth and right-to-information activists as parasites and cockroaches. For an entire generation of Indian youth, that insult felt like a match dropped in dry grass. These are students sitting through repeatedly canceled entrance exams, struggling to find jobs, and watching their income tax pay for crumbling bridges and flooded roads. Instead of retreating, they weaponized the insult. They adopted the label as a badge of honor. Their logic is simple. If the entire political system operates like a broken gutter, then the citizens forced to live in it are the cockroaches. To millions of desperate, exhausted young people, following this page feels like a legitimate political awakening. They are treating it as a real movement born out of absolute necessity. Behind the viral aesthetics, the CJP functions as a professional, highly optimized digital mirage. The founder of the page is not an angry college student. He is a 30-year-old professional with years of high-level experience managing social media for actual political campaigns. Specifically, from 2020 to 2023, this founder worked directly with the Aam Aadmi Party. He is a seasoned political operator who understands exactly how to trigger the algorithm and exploit digital outrage. The youth clicking follow believe they are sticking it to the establishment. In reality, they have walked straight into a carefully engineered social media trap designed to farm their engagement. You can see the manipulation clearly by reading their so-called manifesto. It appears hastily thrown together, complete with leftover formatting marks, suggesting it was pumped out by an AI chatbot to capitalize on the viral moment. The policies inside are textbook rage bait. They promise to block judges from entering the Rajya Sabha after retirement, and even threaten to use the UAPA, India's strict anti-terrorism law, to imprison election commissioners who remove valid voters. They also promise to instantly cancel the broadcasting licenses of all mainstream media channels and launch criminal investigations into the personal bank accounts of prominent news anchors. If a government actually banned all mainstream media overnight without a reliable replacement, the country's entire information ecosystem would collapse into darkness. You would have zero visibility into what your own government is doing. But realistic governance isn't the point. These promises offer an extreme masculine revenge fantasy. It's highly satisfying for a disenfranchised generation to imagine their oppressors being thrown in jail, even if the method is entirely unconstitutional. When they aren't promising vengeance, they are making arbitrary, pandering promises. They claim they will reserve 50% of parliament seats strictly for women, without offering a single framework for how capability would be assessed or how it would actually be implemented. This diagram illustrates their recruitment filter. Joining requires you to be unemployed, physically lazy, and spend 11 hours daily on social media. Look who gets rejected. These criteria actively filter out working citizens, students, and anyone building a better country in the physical world. The creators of this page have no intention of building a governing body. They are actively recruiting unpaid digital daily wage laborers to inflate the metrics of an Instagram account. Running a meme page is simple. 2 people with a laptop can do it. Governing a nation of 1.4 billion people is a logistical nightmare. Competing at a national level requires immense capital. It requires entrenched local vote banks and thousands of physical representatives organizing on the ground in every district. You cannot crowdsource physical legislation through double taps on a screen. You need real people holding seats in these chambers to pass actual laws. Consider Prashant Kishore. He is one of the most successful political strategists in modern Indian history. Yet, even with massive funding and thousands of miles of on-the-ground campaigning, his recent efforts to break through established vote banks in Bihar fell entirely flat. No matter how fast an Instagram page hits 50 million followers, it is mathematically and logistically impossible to convert that digital clout into immediate electoral victory. The CJP's sudden popularity exposes a profound collapse within India's broader political ecosystem. The only reason millions of young people are placing their faith in an internet cockroach is because the actual political opposition has completely failed them. They have been unable to provide a unified vision, a credible leader, or any realistic alternative to the current establishment. Eventually, this digital mirage will fizzle out. It won't pass laws, it won't create jobs, and it won't fix the exam system. And when it disappears, it will shatter the fragile hope of millions of young voters. Breaking this cycle of digital exploitation requires a credible, functional political alternative beyond the screen.